Hi everyone, my name's Sydney, and as the year's coming to an end, a lot of people are starting to think about the future. So today I'm here with three of our teen ambassadors who are headed off to college this year, and I'd like to ask them what college is like. I am a junior in high school, and I'm starting to think about college, so I have a lot of questions for you. Okay, so we know this isn't a very typical college freshman year experience, but what was the transition from high school to college like? Was it harder, easier, and how different was it than you expected?
College is so much better than high school. I have less classes and more free time. So even though my classes are definitely more than what they were in high school, I have a lot more free time to manage and get ahead in those, which I really like.
I think it's a very different transition, just the workload and being on your own. No one's telling you what to do, when to do it, so you can basically do whatever you want.
Yeah, I would agree with Anna. The transition was a lot easier than I expected. I thought being away from my parents, being away from my family, was going to be very difficult. I'm so used to coming home and having my parents cook me dinner. Now I just had to do all that on my own. But I loved it. I love being away from them. I love my family, but I love being away, having my space, getting to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and just being able to juggle all my stuff on my own. I really enjoyed it and thought it was a lot easier than expected.
So I know a lot of schools this year are fully online and then others are on campus. So what kind of classes are you guys taking this year and what are they like?
So I'm taking 2 science classes, a math and an English, and it's definitely a super hard workload. You have to manage all the classes and make sure you turn in your assignments on time. I don't particularly like any of the classes I'm taking, but there's nothing I can do about it.
I'm in the same boat as Anna. I have basically a full schedule of the gen eds, so they're all very basic, very boring. I also have 8 a.m.s almost every single day of the week. Not gonna lie, I don't attend all of them. But yeah, they're okay. They're not as hard as people hype them up to be, but you do have to stay on top of things so you don't get behind.
I'm taking a lot of English and media classes, and I actually like them because I like English a lot, but it's definitely a lot more than I'm used to. Our last assignment was a 12-page paper, which took forever, but it's not bad. It's all right.
So in college, are you able to get involved in any activities, sports, or clubs this year? And if so, what are the specific kinds that you participate in?
Yeah, so I joined the outdoors club, and I'm also on the softball team. So they are super fun. It was a great way to make friends. I love hanging out with my softball team. Things are a little different, practices with masks and stuff like that, but they are super enjoyable. I would recommend signing up for clubs.
I just wanted to get settled in this semester, so I didn't join anything, but I'm definitely looking to join something next semester, maybe like the newspaper. I have to look at all the different clubs that Duquesne offers, but I definitely want to get involved in something.
I'm in the same boat as Julia. I didn't do anything this semester, but I also think it was harder to join clubs, or at least to find clubs to join, because a lot of them don't meet in person, so it's hard to make friends over Zoom.
So I know that all of you are living in dorms this year, and what is it like living in the dorms? And what's it like living with your roommate that you might not know, or who you might not know very well?
I really like living in the dorms. It's definitely been a transition though. I love my roommate, she's great, but I have had to learn how to be a more clean person and organized to respect other people's space, which I'm not always used to.
I also like living in the dorms. I like having my own space, and I just kind of like being independent and being away from home. And it's definitely a different transition because you have to learn how to do laundry, which isn't hard, but it's just kind of weird, finally doing your own thing.
Yeah, I enjoy living in a dorm. My roommate is also on the softball team, so we're able to hold each other accountable with early 6 a.m. practices and stuff. So I enjoy that part of it. But in the beginning, neither one of us, my roommate and I, did not live with a sibling back home. So at first we were running into each other, trying to find space. Like we were like, okay, like we have to find a separation so we're not always on top of each other trying to do homework and stuff. But once we figured it out, it's pretty enjoyable.
So far, what has been your best memory from the first semester?
One of my closest friends that I've met at college so far lives in New York. So the last week of the semester, we went ice skating in Market Square, which was really fun, and the tree was super pretty, and it was nice to be able to say goodbye to her because she lives kind of far away, but it was a really nice night.
So the last day before my econ class, before we left for break, everybody in my class, it's a huge class, there's over 100 of us, we all texted in our big class group chat, and we all decided that we would skip the last class and go out to breakfast. So that was super fun.
Where I go to college, you can go to Universal or Disney or go to the beach. So just being close to things outside of campus has been really fun to do things with your friends.
And this is like one of my personal questions, but I know from as a junior in high school, there's a lot of students that really don't know where they are as far as the college process goes. They don't know what college is best for them, what they want to do, or what kind of classes they would be interested in. So what advice would you give those students who need help choosing the right college for them?
To definitely visit the college, because if you like the campus, then you'll know that you'll enjoy going there. And to also just do research on like the different things that they're interested in, because that can really be helpful.
I agree. I think even though it's hard with COVID right now, you definitely need to at least go there in person once just to get a feel for what the campus is like, because that definitely was a big part of my decision-making process.
Yeah, like in my situation, I am an undecided. I didn't pick a major, so I couldn't pick a school based on the majors and what they offered. So I went to all the campuses that I visited, and just went with where I felt comfortable, where I thought I would most enjoy myself, and that had a bunch of different majoring opportunities. So where I decide to go, major-wise, they would offer it.
And lastly, what advice do you have for teens who are going to college?
I would say learn time management. Figure it out, make sure you understand it, and that you're not relying on your parents or anybody else to hold you accountable, because once you get to college, you're all on your own to figure it out. So I would say try to learn time management as best as you can.
I would say try to meet as many people in the first week as you can, because it's just, especially with your classes, it's just easier to have, it's a better experience if you have a good support system and friends with you.
I would also say to take advantage of being independent, but don't get lazy. Make sure you stay on top of everything.
Thank you so much for sharing your experiences, and it's been so interesting to learn about what college is like, especially during this pandemic. And for everyone watching at home, thank you so much for joining us, and remember, together we're navigating teen life.